Hello, good evening, everybody. That's all right. Don't all speak at once.
I thought you were going to do a big intro there, Liam. We were waiting.
Oh, I know. I
Oh,
don't
you're in?
do big fancy intros. It's a Monday night, and I'm in the garage, and that's all that matters.
Well,
Or
except for your
Monday
big intro.
afternoon. Sorry, Bob.
That's all right.
Um, well, do you want to? If I want to chat to Wayne for 2 seconds first.
Okay.
I saw your outside broadcast from RAF Hinton. Very, very good.
Thank you.
Um,
I took camera lessons from the BBC.
right.
I think I did a very good job.
I won't say this. It's better than your connection at home.
Thank you. Even though there are other people using the same broadband, same Wi-Fi signal.
Yeah, but it was it's worth. I haven't watched it all yet, but it was very. I remember I was in RAF Hendon, 1986, I think it might have been, or even 85, and it is definitely worth a visit. Someday I'll get back again, but I will be in Cambridge this Friday, so we have a bit of time. So probably we'll call into Duxford on the way past. Hopefully, fingers crossed. We'll see how it goes, but looking forward to that. Well, you still work? Show us your figure with the tank.
Finished. He is finished.
Let's have a look.
Okay.
Obviously they're not to scale, but that's just because of the diorama effect. You're getting him as a sort of perspective type of thing, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a 135 figure and a 135 scale tank base.
Oh, it is. Oh, sorry. I thought when I looked at it from a distance, I thought it was a different scale. But would you do that again? That type of alternative rather than an existing thing?
Well, they do have like. Have you ever played the game Wolfenstein New World Order? Probably not.
I played Wolfenstein when Wolfenstein was still like Lego bricks. That's when I played Wolfenstein.
In Wolfenstein, they got a massive robot, and they've done a resin kit of it.
Right.
That same company done the figure, so I may get that, but it's out of stock. It's a big seller. Even the website, even the manufacturers, it's like a month's waiting list to get one.
Yeah. This is a European company, not an American company.
It's Germany. It's based in Germany.
Right. I must have a look just out of curiosity to see. I know, Neil, you're still working on your robot, or are you at the stage of?
No, I'm doing my status pod today. Sorry, the medical console.
Oh, right. Yep.
Gotta get it.
Yeah, you were saying you were getting the double airbrush setup. Is it working?
It is, although I've kind of only got one going at the moment, but I managed to set it up earlier.
Right, and I mean, does your airbrush have your airbrush does have a tank, isn't that right? You've a storage tank.
Yeah, I've got a compressor down there, so it's got a three-way kind of connector, so I can connect up to 3 airbrushes, but I've only got 2.
Yeah, I have been thinking about it myself, but I tend to just use the one airbrush because I have enough difficulty cleaning that airbrush without having 2 to clean at the same time.
Yeah.
But
I've got the ultrasonic cleaner as well.
What about
in
the
US,
so you're using that every time to clean the airbrush. You wouldn't do just a flush clean and then.
No, I do a flush, and then at the end of the day, I kind of just use it and give it a really good clean out.
Right. Hold on, Andy's just asked me to add on here. Bear with me a second. No one ever seems to get the link when I start the Hangout. I always have to then give them a link to jump in with.
It shows up in my feed.
Right, but you clicked on it, Bob. Fine, yeah, that's what. It sees people in the UK. They don't know how to work this technology. That's what it is.
Hello.
So what's the story about this board, this graphics board, this sound or light LED board? Then tell us more.
You asking me or you asking Bernie?
Well, you can delegate if you want.
Bernie knows more than I. He's the one building it.
Yeah.
Well, what do you want to know, Liam? What do you want to know?
You know, we had a sort of a very brief conversation today on Google Plus, typing back and forth. But what I was asking about, if it's set up as a Starship lighting unit, say the usual navigation, thrusters, strobe, that type of thing, it will do all of that.
It'll do all of that, and when you get fed up with that, you can get it reprogrammed to do anything else. Really, it'll do all that, and if you decide that you'd like it to control more than one thing, well, we can plug another board into it for it to talk to, and you can extend the possibilities of it. I've tried it with a board that can be all for everybody.
Right. Did everybody break up, or is it just Bernie?
You've got me frozen.
I heard Bernie.
Right. Okay, I did my end for some reason, which doesn't surprise me. And again, you were saying you can drive quite a few LEDs on it?
Yeah, I've designed it so that there's 3 inputs, or 1 input and 2 communications channels, and 8 outputs. And each of those 8 outputs is channeled through basically a signal amplifier, for one of the better description to the layman, so that each output can drive, I can't remember how many I said it was, about 20, was it 25 LEDs at 20 milliamps?
Yeah, I think it was about 25, Bernie.
Something like that, wasn't it? Yeah.
Which is, I mean, I can't think of anything where you'd need more. No,
but
I mean, there's the classic stuff. There's the Starship lighting, which a lot of people want, be it an Enterprise or a Klingon bird of prey or whatever. Then you get things like a different spaceship, Jupiter 2, or one of your upcoming kit, perhaps, Neil, of the.
That's why Bernie and I created the board, because we've got the hover bike coming up, and then we've got the mining ship and also the warship. So that's 3 kits, and we thought, well, we can design 3 custom boards, or we can design 1 board that is multifunctional, and we can kind of program it as is. And then since then, other people have been asking us, like yourself or whatever, about can we use this on our own kits? So what we'll eventually do is then Bernie and I are talking about, we'll develop the software on it, and we can then people can order the board, and then we'll decide what kind of software they want installed on the board.
Yeah, basically offer a custom programming service as well, so that if we're not restricting it to sort of starships or anything. If anybody wants, I don't know, what else uses visual effects?
Well, I mean, I think things that I would have that I was planning to do eventually would be things like the robot from Lost in Space.
Yeah.
But again, it's a sort of a combination of both sounds and lights. You get things on that where there's the sound to light module, which I know is a separate thing. But you've got random light generation on that as well. It really depends. It's a thing. It's obviously in development. It'll change over time as you maybe add or get all requests from people. Yep.
Yeah. Well, the thing is it's versatile enough that it'll do most things required of it, and sound is also on the books.
Yeah, which is it's funny. Sound was not a thing. It's only the last year or so, perhaps, you see a lot more people talking about the sound side of things, that they'll want the Enterprise to be in a space dock, and the usual thing, the music plays and this type of thing, or they'll want the sound of the phasers or torpedoes. So it's it is sort of something that everyone's adding on. When you say 3 inputs, Can an input be that's like on-off switches, or can an input be something more than that?
Well, an input can be anything that you want to feed information into it. For example, most of the kits that Neil and myself have collaborated on with regard to electronics have had the switching done by a magnetic sensor.
Yeah.
So that's an input. It's a switch. It's a magnetic switch, but it can be a signal from something else.
A Bluetooth, for example, Bluetooth connector. You can add on a Bluetooth.
We've been tossing backwards and forwards the idea of actually having it to be able to communicate with Bluetooth. It's options open. It's a case of actually providing future-proofing it, if you like.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, if you're down that road, then, but you may need an app as well. Is that correct, Neil, or was that just? Would that be necessary?
Well, that's Neil's field.
We talked about that. It all depends on kind of need for it and the demand, really. So adding Bluetooth and building an app are a lot more kind of effort than obviously having a switch. But it depends what the demand is. I mean, apps are pretty simple to build nowadays. It depends how complex you want to make them. But if you're controlling lots of lights, you may want to do it from an app on an iPad or a phone or something. So,
Dean Ayres just asked to join us. I haven't seen in ages. Just see if I can add him on to see this bird of prey. Hopefully, if he can join us on the Hangout, see if he can work with
I think one of the things we definitely want to add is audio. Bernie and I have been talking about that.
And then a small amplifier of some kind. I think you talked about that as well, because that, again, you get a lot of people using these little greeting card sound modules.
Yeah,
and they're just way underpowered.
All that Bernie and I have been looking at have the amplifier.
Basically, Liam, I've bought a commercially available board, which is basically this thing here, and I'm, should we say, reconfiguring it to be more useful for our environment. It's designed for someone who wants to mess about with music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This thing will actually play up to 2048 different WAV sound files.
Why Wave? Everyone uses Wave. I hate Wave. It's just me, but that's just me. It's just.
Why WAV?
Why WAV? Is there a reason?
Other than MP3?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. MP3 maybe it's easier to get a hold of or create, but I don't know.
The problem with MP3.
Maybe I'm just so anti-Windows. That's why I don't like WAV.
Well, WAV is not Windows proprietary.
I know.
WAV is an audio format that's available, all across the board. And the problem with MP3 is that you need to decode it, and you end up paying a license for the decoder, whether it's in the software or the firmware. You end up paying extra.
Right. I've learned something tonight. I didn't know that. Hi, Dean. Dean, you're probably wondering. Dean's joined us, and he's probably wondering what the hell we're on about.
I know.
Long time no speak.
I've been busy, haven't I?
Nah, you haven't. You've just been fiddling about with that, bird of prey. You got older, Dean.
Do I?
Show us a bit more. Oh my God! Yeah. How? I mean, it must be a year now. Is it a year?
Probably that, yeah.
Oh God! Right. I can. I don't. Hold on. Just adding somebody else on here. Just asking for an invite. And I mean, have you an end date? Oh my God! Right. I've seen. Ye gods. What about is your client not tearing his hair out?
No, he's quite happy. He's quite happy to wait even longer than this, but I'm not. I want it gone.
Yeah, I suppose you're getting a bit fed up looking at it. Maybe yeah.
I'm sick of seeing green paint.
in gallon tons. Oh dear, no, but it looks amazing. I mean, I've seen your posts on Facebook, and you see some small details, but you don't really get an overall view until maybe he took that thing out and went like this on the screen there. It was Andy tried to join in and he's gone again. Andy would be just would be salivating, I think, if he saw the size of that thing. So what's left to do? The main hull, I suppose.
That's the bottom, the base. So I've got to paint this. Then I can put this on the stand and start putting the other bits on top of that.
Oh, it's just a dream. I mean, I would love to be in the situation of doing it, but like yourself, I would probably be at the stage of going fed up looking at it. But I mean, have you not taken breaks and done other things and come back?
Yeah, I've done a couple of figure kits since I've done this. And I've still been cracking on with that Batmobile.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing I wanted to see if you're getting further with it.
I had some parts 3D printed for the side.
Oh, very nice.
It's alright being able to scratch build. You could probably scratch build that, but you wouldn't be able to do two of those, and one of them being exactly a mirror image of the other. So
yeah.
I thought I'll embrace the future and get it 3D printed.
Who did you use? Shapeways or someone else or?
Oh no, there's a bloke up the road from me, like 5 minutes away.
Which is ideal. I mean, it's I haven't come across anybody local. Well, I could be wrong. I haven't come across anybody local to me at all in the town, but it could well be someone doing it. But it's one of those things. It's if the price drops on the printers, it's going to go ballistic. Is that the one? It's not the Maplin one, is it? No, the one you build yourself.
It's a kit, yeah. It's a kit. I mean, I thought, well, stay away from them because I got other stuff to get on with. I don't want to get into 3D printing, but it's so handy. And this one was offered me really cheap, so I thought I'll snap it up. I don't know what to do with it yet, though.
Right. It's probably I think what lets a lot of them down is the oh, there's Randall. What lets a lot of them down is the resolution of the printing.
It's the resolution on it isn't because it's like a older model. But this stuff I had printed for Batmobile was printed on quite a modern one, and the resolution on that's still good enough. So whatever you get, I think, would be tarting up to use on models anyway, you know?
Yeah, it's. I mean, going by from what I can see on the screen of that part that you had there, it looks very good. And you're obviously working on a larger scale, which helps. It wouldn't be any good for something 1/72 scale or something. It just wouldn't. But well, we think so. But
like I said, I mean, they are quite handy tools, and if you can get one. And like I said, that was offered me really cheap. So I had it. And when I get time, I'll start learning how to actually use it.
It is a big learning curve, and I don't know if you've never thought about it, Neil. You would never go down. Well, at the minute, you wouldn't go down that road because it's just a case of.
I don't know. For me, the desktop ones are the quality that I need. I need a lot higher. The SLA machines. Their minimum is like 5 to 10 grand.
Because I've seen machines now that actually do full color as well. These ones you use for doing figures. You can get a figure done of yourself, and whatever way it's almost like a sand system. It seems to work through sand, and it solidifies the sand or the material, and you basically brush the stuff off. When you brush everything off, it's already painted or colored and everything. It's amazing. I've seen it on a couple of Chinese sites.
Yeah, the machine that our stuff's done with is it's like a bath of the liquid of the resin, and then it's using 3 lasers to kind of heat that point, so it doesn't need any scaffolding or anything.
So you can do objects that don't have to be supported. Well, yeah.
Well, you've seen something, yeah. I mean, the bits that come out from our pieces don't need supporting at all. So, and they've got a team now, so I'd like to get my own machine, but I don't think right now it just seems kind of I need the quality, and I might, you know, it's one of those things that you kind of you need it to really use it. So
It's like, I mean, that's that figure that I'm about to start on. That's a sculptor. Someone sculpted that, and then it's been made out of resin. Hold on, try and get a sharper picture. That's a better picture, I think, there. You know, and the detail on that's superb. But once the 3D stuff gets to that stage, then that completely changes everything. The important thing then will be the 3D files, not having something physical in your hand. You'll go online, you say, I want to do that, you run it off in the printer, and it will completely change things. But
yeah, the only one benefit, Liam, is you know, scalability. So I can print something out from the 3D file at whatever scale I want. You know, whatever. You know, if I want 1/24th, 1/72nd.
So if you wanted to do the 1/200 scale bird of prey, you could.
Possibly. I'll do 1:1 scale and spaces pod, shall I? Yeah.
Oh, that's yeah. What scale was the bird of prey again, Dean? Is it a 1/350 or is it larger? It's one
scale. No, FM scale apparently. The second word massive.
Right. So you're not taking on any more commissions at the minute, then?
After this, I've got a 3-foot Enterprise to do.
Oh, the standard is the 1/350 one.
No, it's I think DeBoer's one.
Oh, sorry, I misheard you. I thought it was a 3-foot Enterprise.
Yeah, it's about 3 foot long, maybe bigger, but it's made by people called DeBoer's in America.
Yeah, yeah. I know that's Simon Merckx did one last year, I think.
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah.
I'll do.
Yeah, that's a lot of extra work too. You're a brave man.
Well, the thing is, I mean, when this came out, I thought, well, I'd love to own one of them, but one, you'd never be able to justify spending grandage on it, and two, I didn't have grandage to spend on it. So the fact that someone wants me to build one, I just jumped at the chance.
He must have paid a fortune in import duties as well.
Well, he paid like £500 just for postage because it came in like 3 packages.
Oh God, right. Well, I suppose.
They added up to. Obviously, there was. And then there's the price of the thing itself, $3,000. And there's $50 for building it.
And I don't know if it's even still available. I haven't seen it mentioned online for a while by anyone, but I know they were on about a Katinga, a D7 type.
I don't think he's going to bother doing it.
Right. I know. And Randy Cooper, he's changed his whole approach now. He's doing non-existent kits, things that aren't from a movie or something. He's what's that latest one? He did the Mars rover or something.
Yeah.
Lou Del Masso started building one of them. Yeah. But so you're basically saying you haven't had time to build anything else except that for a year and the Batmobile.
Yeah. Really.
I don't like. I can sympathise completely.
I keep doing it, but I'll never get a chance to build it.
I know. I mean, I'm out here on a Monday night, and when I should probably be building, I'm ending up talking to you lot, and should probably be building models. But it's part of the fun. That's what we do. What can we have? Hi, Bob. Bob, what are you working on at the minute?
I'm working on my Viper. And right now, I'm actually playing with the lights, trying to get what I want to.
Are you going for a very almost like a what's the right term? Multicolored effect when the engines are going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I've got.
Is that a Mark 1 or a Mark?
This is the original. I guess the Mark 1 you would call it.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna try to do when they hit the thruster button, it'll have the extra bulb will kick in.
Oh, so the blast effect. So yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I kind of know it's hard to see out here.
Sorry, Randall.
Color flickering.
I think they called it. Yeah.
Yeah. So when it basically blasted out of the
ramp.
Yeah.
blaster goes on, it'll go to when they hit the thrusters. That's what I'm trying to figure out now. Is positioning on this I got this 3-colored chase light that I'm going to use. I think I'm going to actually hit forward and reflect it off the inside and back.
Rather than a direct, yeah. Mm.
Yeah, so that it'll be a little more subtle.
Shouldn't get as much of a hot spot, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've all seen Carwin Morris is doing his take on the TOS Enterprise in how it would have looked in a movie. He's doing a fantastic job of it. He's updating things like adding thrusters and so on onto it's the Revell 1/500 scale kit. He's adding thrusters on. He's putting in lights in the nacelles. He's putting in navigation lights and so on and all. It's a guy called oh sugar, I forgot the guy's name. It's a guy who does 3D modeling. Sorry, Randall?
Dag something or other?
Dag 3D, that's it. Let me see if I can get this up. Just to show you what Dag 3D. Hold on, Andy keeps trying to get in. For some reason he can't find the link, which everyone else found with no problem. So I'll try him one more time.
I have to admit, I was surprised I got in because it usually takes me 3 or 4 goes.
Ah, there you go. You see, it's practice. Where is this now? Right, this is. Let me see if I can show this, if it'll appear on screen. It's got a very strange website.
I've been going on those strange websites, Leon.
Oh, I know. Not that kind of strange. Not the sort of websites you're on. No. Let me just see if I can bring this up. It's not that one. No. Bear with me, guys. He uses a funny sort of window in window setup, which is a bit annoying when you're trying to bring stuff up. Desktops. Try this one. Let me see a picture. Come on, load. Yeah, no, try this one. Just bear with me. I'll bring this up on screen. Come on. Just sharing this now. Don't know if you can see that now. What he's basically done is things like presented everyone. So you can see the end caps on the nacelles, instead of just being blank with the little golf ball circle effect, you've got it's a bit like a JJ Prize version almost of the TOS Enterprise. So you've got the nacelle ends, you've got the impulse engines as well glowing at the back of the primary hull. You've got all of the navigation lights which are there. You've got the warp nacelles themselves have a glow. Now he's gone for a white. And Carmen refused to do that. He says he wanted it to be blue. It should be more appropriate, but I don't know. White seems to work at the same time too. And you can't see it in this one, but the front view of the warp is slightly different as well. If you can bring up the other one. Hold on, bear with me. Where's the window? Where's the window?
I wonder would anybody do an in-scale Cesarius there?
You are looking for punishment. You can't see it as well there, but even the deflector dish, there's a light source behind that as well, which Carwin's adding in. So it's all of the thrusters, all of the different light sources and so on. He's adding into the Revell model. It looks, from what he's done so far, even it looks fantastic. And I like the idea of the end caps having the light source around them as well. I just think it all works. And then you've got the navigation lights at the rear of the 2 warp nacelles. So he's doing a lot of extra add-ins. But if you have a look at his YouTube page, you'll see all sort of details. And he's rattling through it at the minute too. He's really going fast, as usual, knowing Carwin. Mr. Golightly, good evening.
Hello.
Hello. I don't know if you saw Dean's the big thing he was waving about.
Sorry, the what?
Go on, give us an hour look, Dean. Go on.
Oh, there we go.
This big thing.
I mean, the paint job looks fantastic on it as well. How heavy is that in your hand? Is that like 3 or 4 pounds?
It's probably, if you're talking bags of sugar, I'd probably say about 4 bags of sugar.
Right. You've no concerns about the weight of it when it goes on the stand?
It's not going to be in my house.
So, as long as you can get it delivered and put and placed in the living room and run out the door.
Out the door, bye.
There is an armature inside it as well, isn't there? Some kind of structure.
It's I don't know where I put it now. I don't know where I put that.
I think you must say that. You probably trip over it. It's that large. Oh dear.
If it's anything like my place, yeah, you can lose something big.
Yes, that's true.
I can't find it.
We're all very neat. Tell the truth, we're all very, very neat.
No, we're not. I'm not.
No, I'm. Oh, there it is. Wow. And now Andy has disappeared. It looks like it's like the sort of thing. If DeAgostini did the Bird of Prey, I suppose that's what it would look like.
Yeah.
If you've got this on the base, this will be on the stand, and this comes on top.
Wow.
Being the chair.
Yeah.
On the resin. What I'm about to do, a bit of engineering, this goes in there. The resin base. Transfer the weight.
Yeah. It's so substantial, amazing. I mean, and obviously they thought it out. They did it properly when they created it. They thought out all the issues. So.
Well, that wasn't even in it. You could kill someone with it.
I can well believe it.
Liam, that's one thing I've made sure on the new warship, because I don't know the size of the resin. I mean, it's going to be about 12 inches. So we're just concerned about the weight and also the stands. So I've made there's a point at the bottom where we've made the interior thick for a tube.
Yeah, which is a very good idea, because I don't know. I mean, I know some models are a nightmare. It's first of all, it's getting the center of gravity correct, and then depending on what you've done to it, how much you've added to it. I know the Defiance an awkward one because there's no interior structure, for example. The Bird of Prey I did was a little bit awkward, but it's not the same scale as that thing, so there wasn't the same issues. But it's Revell seemed to take it into consideration far more. I know the 1500 seems to be fairly well designed from a point of view of someone wanting to light it or set it up that way to display it. But the polar light stuff, I mean, the stands that they provide, those little pathetic little plastic things for the 1350s are just crazy. But are you working on anything, Andy?
Yeah, I started that destroyer off. Just started drilling and adding detail, and just bit by bit. Look, it's going to take a while. Yeah.
It won't be a life's work like Dean's Bird of Prey.
Nah, it's. I keep putting it back in the box and taking it back out again. I don't know.
It's the same. I'm sort of I'm trying to decide at the minute. I'm making a start on this figure. I've done some sort of preparatory work on it. I'll probably be doing that. But the Star Destroyer, I have to do it, but I don't want to. I'm just fed up looking at it. So I may not touch it at all. I may do something else, but we'll see. I'd taken this down from the shelf the other day. I may do a quick build of this with a bit of lighting in it. I don't know, but it's just the easy kit, so it's not going to tax me too much. It's just that if I get something built quickly, I'm happy because I've got something at the end of it. But that Star Destroyer just seems to be, I know there's at least another couple of months work on it. And from having seen how a few other people have done it, I would love to have another kit start again. But what can you do? You learn by your mistakes. Always, what would be the point? If anyone was thinking of the Bird of Prey, Dean, is there any major issues with it? Right, well, price, yes. I know that's obvious. But I meant from a build point of view. Sorry.
Lack of instructions. There's no instructions at all. There's a lot of the detail parts. These sort of things, you know, gubbins and stuff. They don't actually come in the box as they are stuck on. You've got to fight. What they've done, they've cast like parts of it off. You've cut that bit off there, that bit over there, and then that's the piece you've got, if you know what I mean. So it's never going to be take it out and stick it on. Like one of those kits. There's a lot of work. And like I said, no instructions is one problem. The other problem is the transfers. They're not going to work. We like to paint wings the other day because the ones they sent, let me see. You know, when you get transfers, usually the lettering and the patterns is the carrier film ends just past that, doesn't it, usually? So you can take the individual patterns off with the individual letter. The ones on here, transfer sheet, I mean, for that sort of thing, I don't know if you can see that. See the Klingon writing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just like a little piece of paper with all that writing on, and to cut out the individual. So I didn't bother doing that, I just painted it on.
I know.
No good.
Yeah, I know there is a technique whereby you can remove the carrier film after you put the decals on. I don't know if anyone here has ever done that. I know I've seen it on a couple of sites that there's a method where basically you use a decal, put the decal on, and then there's some kind of release liquid or something you use that releases the carrier film and leaves the decal. No one else is familiar with that, no?
I've seen it done, but I'm trying to remember what it was used to release the carrier film.
It's an international scale modeler. I think a couple of the guys on there do it, but I didn't go into it in detail because it looks like a scary process. Because obviously you're panicking that the decal, which is the coloured part of it, you obviously want that to stay on the model and the carrier film to come off. There's some way of doing it, but I must look into it more. It looks like a fantastic technique. You wouldn't have considered painting it, Ben? No, you wouldn't have done masks and done it that way? No, just too much grief?
I painted it by hand anyway. In the end, I painted it by hand.
Well, there you go. I mean, at that scale, you can probably get away with it a lot easier, yeah.
I mean, that as well, for instance. If you can see that, that's painted on. Because I would have used the transfer they supplied. I'd have to cut out the two semicircles, the line, then the yellow lettering on top. So I just binned it. I'm painting it.
It looks, I mean, again, every single aspect of it looks superb.
For a kit, the cost of the kit, I would expect comprehensive instructions, or at least a CD of reference pictures, and better stickers, transfers. There's none of that.
They probably know that anyone who's going to take that on needs to have the ability. That you're not going to tackle that kit unless you have all the other techniques. That, I mean, obviously, I don't think any of the rest of us could have done as good a job as you've done with that, because you're used to the big engineering type projects.
Well, it is like engineering as well. Yeah, I mean, it's not your general builder's kit. It's sounding arrogant because I'm not.
No, I mean, I don't think anyone here would have an argument there. It's not. We would all love to have one, but it would probably arrive in the box and we'd go,
"Where's Dean?
What do I do now?" So where's Dean? Yes, send it to Dean. Dean's experienced. He's got another 3 or 4 years left. We'll send him a few kits. No, it's one of those dream things again. We'd all love one, but practical, nah, it's just not going to happen. I know. I mean, it's like, I mean, I've talked about this before. I've got the 1350s, and when I'll ever get around to doing them, unless I'm retired, it's not going to happen. It's just I wouldn't even attempt it. And then even from a space point of view, it would need a complete revamp of the garage to just make space to do one. I think Randall's had that effect with the. I know you started the 1350, Randall, but
just wondering where I would put it after I finish it. When, if I ever finish it.
Well, it's no different, man.
That's just the TOS.
Yeah.
I also have the NX-01 and the refit in the stash as well. So
yeah, Snap
They'll be built more or less in that order. I'm starting off with the TOS because it's the relatively simple paint scheme.
I'm tempted from seeing Carwin doing his Revell one. I'm tempted to try that myself because I don't know if I wouldn't do what he do. I would like to do what he's doing, but again, I may build it as a straight build rather than make a lot of changes to it. But
it's a lovely wee kit. Fit and everything's brilliant on it. The only fly in the ointment with the Revell kit is the way they've done the seam between the upper and lower saucer halves. The seam is sort of like 2 millimeters in from the edge on the upper surface.
Yeah.
Trying to get that blended in. Everything fits nicely when until you go to glue it.
Oh dear, what's this now? Mrs. Eyre is making a statement. What is she saying, Dean? What's she trying to say?
Sorry, she just started an hairdressing course and she keeps playing around my hair.
Oh dear. Oh, I can think of worse things. She can do mine if she wants. Mine is cut anyway, so it's...
The coffee table in the living room is where the big scale stuff's going to go.
Right.
That's the plan.
As a coffee table?
On top of.
I was going to say, with the wings and cruise mode, it could be used as a coffee table.
Yes, that's true. Oh, no. Well, I don't know if anyone saw there was a Hasbro Millennium Falcon that someone did as a coffee table. And what it was, it's a huge big plate of glass with like 2 asteroids, and the Millennium Falcon's going through at an angle between the 2 asteroids, being followed by TIE fighters. Lovely thing. It'd be fantastic in the living room, but well, it wouldn't get into my living room. But that's not true. It wouldn't be permitted. Oh well, what can you do?
Someday when you get your man cave.
Oh, this is a man cave. I had the spare room, and I was thrown out of the spare room. But sorry, someone was going to say something.
Yeah, it's me.
Yes, Wayne.
My first sci-fi kit.
What's you got? Oh, very good. The HK, yeah.
Oh yes.
Is it done with Alclad, or how did you paint it?
I used that Halford Spray Chrome.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it looks to have worked okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
I've got that spray varnish. I had to ring up for Airfix and I've lost my order. My order fell through the cracks, so it should be here tomorrow.
They seem to be doing it quite often. A lot of people are complaining about their supply system at the moment. It's been terrible. They were redoing the whole warehouse stocking system or something since it was early July or something. And all sorts of problems arose, but that's a UK company. It's just typical. It's a pity too, because Airfix they're certainly sort themselves out. Some of the most recent kits are excellent, but well, have you finished the TV1? What are you working on? Thunderbird 1's finished, I assume.
Yes, it's finished. The model looks like this. Hang on, make sure I hold it. Yeah, there it is.
You've never done a large-scale Thunderbird stuff, Dean? No?
No.
Not your cup of tea?
It is, but I haven't got any.
Right, I know there is a few nice kits. I can't think there's a company in the UK actually supply them. Not be tempted, Randall? No, go larger.
Yeah, when my numbers come up tomorrow night in the lottery, yes.
We're all in the same boat. We all have the same problem. What can you do? I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if any of us did win substantially on a lot of what we would actually go out and buy. But well, yeah, well, that's the first thing, of course. And no, not another house, not a bigger house, another house.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be allowed. Or an extension house.
Your own hangar.
That's true. Your own hangar. You would move on to the Ulster Aviation Society, I know. But it'd be interesting. Would we build the big, enormous mod that we want, or would we get someone to build it for us?
I would like to build it myself. I would like to have a crack at building something like that myself.
Anybody else got an opinion?
If you did that,
You get somebody else to do it.
Get somebody else to do it. I think.
To do it, but I'll end up, you spend all that money and you think, oh, if I cock it up, I'd rather get somebody else to do it.
Yeah, and of course you'd want to play with all the other stuff you could afford as well. You see, you wouldn't want to have time building models. Oh dear, I know. But we can all dream. No, Andy. What? No word of Andy, the other Andy, coming back on the scene again? No.
Well, he's moved into his house. He's setting his cave up, and he's doing bits. So he should be showing his face sooner or later, I think.
Right. We'll have to add him on some Monday night to see what he's up to.
Yeah, he's still. I think with him commuting from work, he don't get home till like 9 p.m. at night. So it's.
Ooh, right.
He's moved further away and that, so it's a bit more difficult. But he's setting up his cave and that. So.
I don't know if everyone saw your setup now. I mean, I assume you're finished. Everything's complete. What you wanted to do.
Yeah, nearly.
And I don't know. I mean, we all have our spaces. I mean, Bernie's got his room for electronics. Bob, I don't know if you're in the basement or where you are in the house. Dean's obviously in well, is it a garage, Dean, or is it some side room to the house? Have we lost him? No. And Neil's renting at the minute.
I'm renting, yeah. This is not even my place. I can destroy it.
And then Randall, of course, you're in the garage, but your garage looks decent compared with. I'm in the where will we put that? Put it in the garage. Yes.
I demolished my garage and rebuilt it as an extension to the house. So
very sensible, very sensible. And I guess Kathy doesn't mind you doing that as well. You see, which is another big advantage. So.
She got a bigger utility room out of it. So.
Well, there you go. But I think in terms of space, I think Andy's got the most space.
Yeah.
Well, look, he's doing a 360.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
I love your lighting. The lighting's my big problem here is the lighting. I must get. I keep saying I'm going to buy more lights for the ceiling in here because all I have is a standard, silly old single 60-watt light bulb up there. I rely on this thing, which is fantastic, but it gives an awful contrast in what I'm doing.
Well, those big ones were. I think they were like $15.99 at B&Q.
Yeah, that's probably the same one I've been looking at. Then someone said get one that's covered just in case, but you don't need it. I don't know a diffuser.
Put a diffuser on it, you lose a bit. I mean, they're not. Yeah. I mean, they're super bright. I mean, pitch black outside.
Yeah.
And I put up a temporary. I just made a quick cooker hood with an extractor on it for now until I build a booth.
As long as you can softly take the stuff out. It depends what you're painting with. I don't know. I was in Belfast on Saturday and I got some of these Mr. Hobby paints, and I wanted a couple of metal ones, copper I got, and they're really strange paints. Hold on, I'll stop presenting here. I don't know if anyone else has used them, but they're this very strange smell. Very how would you put it? And apparently Vallejo paints have gone the same way.
Is that the like Mr. Metal color ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are good paints. They brush on very nicely and they can be buffed up.
And Neil has them as well, I see there. But for some reason, I don't know if you noticed, Randy, he isn't getting any other paints on except these things now for some reason.
Right.
Which I think is a mistake. He's not. Oh, sorry, some Tamiya. But he's not stocking the Vallejo or what was the other one? I was hoping he would start keeping either the AK stuff or the MiG stuff just to get the odd things. You know, I know Wayne had the. Oh, here we go. I forgot, of course, that Neil got some stuff today too. You got the. Corroded copper. What? I mean, it's just it gives you a tarnished effect on copper. And the same with that.
It was around a lot because it tarnished some of the brass panels, and then they got rust as well.
Right. So that gives you it's funny. I know there were Jack was on about how I did the rust on the Beetle, but I mean I didn't use any elaborate technique. It was just a hairspray technique. I might actually do a little video of how I do it, because they thought I used all sorts of, but it's very easy to do.
I also did, and they gave me a free pot of the thinners and the rust. So they gave me some extra stuff that I didn't order.
Right.
So it must be my first order, and they threw some extra stuff in there. That's really good.
Who's that from?
You're going to ask me that.
E-models? No.
Give me 2 minutes, I'll tell you what it was.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember now. Yeah. I can't remember. I'll have to pick it up later, but it wasn't. I think it was a company called Model Mates.
Right, don't know that one now, but I know some of them aren't. How can I be diplomatic here? Some of them aren't terribly generous with what they'll give you. In terms of the Model Mates.
Model Mates, yeah.
I haven't come across them now, so I must have.
No, neither have I. They're a UK company.
Right, I know E-models, for example, they charge an absolute fortune for postage to Northern Ireland. S&M models I've used a couple of times. They're pretty good.
I bet you have.
Model Mates. Just bringing up Model Mates. I haven't come across some. I must bookmark that now. Interesting. You think it's a one-man band type of setup, or is it a large? We don't know how big a company they're.
No, they seem to be fairly large.
There's a company on Facebook, I think Rantle. I don't know if you used them, Rantle Veteranus.
I've seen them.
I've got a couple of things from them. It seems to be it's two girls that run the shop, and they're really, really, really fantastic. They'll get really good prices, and you know, if you're after anything in particular, they can get it for you. Veteranus, Veteranus model kits. They have a Facebook page, and I got a couple of things from them. Very well wrapped, superb packaging, and much cheaper than getting it anywhere else. So, if you're looking for something odd or different, I don't know to what extent they'll do, you know, sci-fi kits and so on, but no one's come across the Ranger kit in the UK. No, I know it's available, but it's 40 quid, I think, from
nothing I've seen yet. No.
From Hannons. Hannons, again, they're the opposite side of type of company. Hannons stock everything, but their prices are just full whack and full sort of charges for postage and so on. But
and Hannons, for some reason, charge you extra for being inside the EU. You
know. I know you've got that. We joke about something called Northern Ireland tax, where because, although we're part of the United Kingdom, if we order something, we always get charged an extra. It could be £5, it could be £15 for delivery to Northern Ireland. But we don't count as the UK, even though it's defined as the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. But they talk about UK mainland, and I always argue, well, we're part of the UK, so we must be on the mainland. So what can you do?
the name is the United Kingdom and Northern Ireland, as you said.
But well. It sits them when they want it to sit them. What's the time scale on the ship kit, Neil? Is that long term? What the next thing will be the motorcycle, will it?
Yeah, but sorry, my compressor's on.
Okay, don't hear it.
Sorry?
We don't hear it.
Really?
We don't hear it. No, I don't hear it.
Yeah, so the Bike and Rider is being cast up and moulded at the moment. We're just changing the 3D files around to the ship, for the warship, so I haven't sent it off to printing, but I've had the quote, and what we might do is try and put some of the components up on a single sprue, so they print, and it just saves me a bit of money if they do that. So,
yeah. I think almost, it's not a case almost if you make it too simple, people won't go for as much. You need a kit with a certain number of parts to it. Is that? I mean,
it's
I
going
don't
to
know.
60 plus parts.
Oh right, sorry, it's more than I thought it would be then. Oh, apologies, I thought it was less than that.
I mean, the main body is 6 or 8 pieces, and then you've got 4 engines, and there's like 3 bits to each engine. But the kind of plasma bits are going to be clear, and then obviously all the rail guns are, I think there's 4 or 5 components, because they fully rotate, so you can position them in any position you want. But there's quite a few of those, so obviously you've got a lot of assembly on those. So,
Is there much interest so far on them?
On which one? The bike or the ship?
Well, both, either. I know. I thought the bike looked fantastic because it obviously can adapt. You know, it doesn't necessarily just be your universe. It can be adapted to all sorts of things.
Well, exactly. I mean, so there's the kit will come with 2 versions. So you've got the civilian or the military one, so you can build it either way. So there's 2 side panels. One's got boxes and storage boxes, and the other one's got guns. So you've got 2 options there. And then the rider comes with a different head, and then you can either build it in flight or you can build it on the kickstand. So you can open up the kickstand and build it on stand-down. So there's quite a few variants that you can make it.
And what about the lighting? I mean, I'm surprised you're putting lighting into it. I didn't think it was necessarily need to be, but I mean, what is going to be lights in terms of the engines, or?
So there's the main engine, and there's 2 stabilizing engines, and they're going to be lit independently. So Bernard's been working on the code at the moment. There's a headlight, and then there's a.
I think it's just been working on something. Is it going to demonstrate something here?
If I can get it in view, it's just a breadboard. That's the engine on full power. So at the moment, if I can find my little magnet I just put down a moment ago.
I see that. This is why I don't like the magnet switches, because I kept losing the magnet as well. So.
What is it?
There's a heads-up display.
I had the thing in front of me a second ago.
See? I'm glad we're not the only ones that put things down, and they've.
It's a bloody magnet, and I've got a metal desk. Where can it go? Ah, there. Right.
Okay. I'll present to you again. Hold on.
Yes. Right. Let's see. What we got there now is it's just running it tick over.
And there's a couple of nav lights as well, isn't there? There's a
that's all that I've got wired up at the moment. Is the 2 nav lights and the the actual main engine, which is a bi-color light. So as you can see, it just pulses on tick over, but as soon as you go to full throttle, it goes up to full power, and the whole sequence freezes. That's why I'm still working on it.
It's a project, or whatever, a work in progress, that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's a fluctuating high intensity blue with the red flashes, like little red bits of flame or whatever you want to decide its power source is.
It sounds the same principle as you would have in an engine on any spacecraft. So I can see how you can apply it in different situations.
To me, that actually looks better than the usual flickering LED that you would have. You have a constant source, but then you have the flickering behind it.
This is what I thought, that dual LEDs are so cheap. Okay, it takes up 2 channels on your processor,
but you can vary the amount of the blue light flashing so often and the red light flashing. You can vary both of those separately.
Oh yeah. This is what I'm just playing around with to get an effect that I'm happy with and that Neil will be happy with. I mean, it's difficult to see when on this little camera, but when the thing's
the difficulty with webcams, yeah.
But basically, when it switches on, you get a little flicker as if someone's, it's like a spark being struck inside it, if you like. And then it gradually comes up to half intensity, and then goes into that pulsing mode, as if it's just been, it's a rocket motor starting, it's a turbine starting, it's a plasma stream starting, whatever you want to say that's happening there. And then it'll go into the full power mode, and the auxiliary engines will cut in at that point for the, it's the stabilizing engines. I think that's what they're for, isn't it, Neil? The two
auxiliary. For want of a better word, that's what we're calling them, I think.
Yeah, those will have little flickering effects. As they're almost like the RCS thrusters on the Enterprise. They just there to position.
That's a good. Well, just when you mention that now, could you, for example, with the board, if you have an Enterprise set up on the board, could you have the thrusters firing randomly, which is something I think a lot of people don't have that, because the thrusters are supposed to be station keeping, thrust left, thrust right, thrust left. No, in theory you could do that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on how far you want to go, actually, Neil, because so far as I've been able to make out, the RCS thrusters were arranged in groups of 4, and basically you'd only ever get one of the group of 4 at each station firing at a time. So you could have 16 different LEDs. Now, being with my board, that's going to be pushing it. You need 2 boards just to do that, because each one, if you want to control each one individually, needs an output, and it needs an output. And if you've got 16 of them, depends on to what detail you want to go.
Yeah, it was just a question. I mean, I was one of those things from because of what Cameron Morris is doing. I don't think Cameron Morris is going for individual. He's just going to have thrusters, and most people build them that the thrusters are all on all the time, which just doesn't look right. The only person that's done it differently is I know Simon Merckx did his that way, but he seems to have I don't know what the board is he's using. It's no longer available, but I know he could do an awful lot with it. But it's an option. It's 9 o'clock, guys. If you just bear with me for a second here, I'm going to stop the broadcast now. Thanks for all popping in tonight, but don't go away just to chat these for a second. Thanks for all coming in tonight. Bear with me for here.